This podcast is sponsored by the online course, Intro to Psychology, with Dr. Bo Bennett, PhD. Uncover the secrets of the human mind and transform your life at introtopsych.com. Start your journey today.
Exploring the Psychology of Happiness, Books, a friendly guide to what makes us joyful. Discover key psychology books on happiness, learn practical insights from psychological theories, and explore the science behind joy and well-being. The Psychology of Happiness books, what science tells us about joy. Hey, so today I want to chat about something that never gets old. Happiness. We all want it, but figuring out what actually makes us happy, that's a bit trickier. Luckily, there are some fantastic psychology books out there that not only explore happiness from a scientific standpoint, but also offer practical insights. As a psychology professor, I often recommend these reads to students and friends alike. So let's talk about some of the most influential happiness books and why they matter. First off, happiness is a major topic within psychology education. Whether you're just starting out with an Intro to Psychology course or you're exploring specific psychological concepts, understanding happiness overlaps with many areas of the field. It's connected to everything from motivation to cognitive biases, and even to personality theories. These books package that complex science in ways that are accessible and genuinely engaging. Why happiness books? You might wonder why we need books focused just on happiness. Well, Psychology 101 teaches us that happiness isn't just one thing. It's a complex state influenced by biology, environment, and behavior. Books about happiness distill research findings into practical advice, often blending stories, studies, and strategies to improve well-being. Here's a quick rundown of some of the top titles that have shaped how we understand happiness. The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. Haidt explores ancient wisdom alongside modern psychology theories, framing happiness as the balance between our rational mind and more primal impulses. He's great at explaining psychological concepts in a conversational way, making the science come alive. Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert. Gilbert's book looks at how our brains predict future happiness. Spoiler alert, we're not great at it. He uncovers why we often misjudge what will bring us joy, and this is a fascinating insight for anyone curious about how our minds work. Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. This is a classic. Csikszentmihalyi introduces the idea of flow, that sweet spot where you're fully immersed and focused in an activity, leading to deep satisfaction. It's a key concept when considering what makes life feel meaningful. Flourish by Martin Seligman. Seligman, often called the father of positive psychology, shifts focus from just feeling good to actually thriving. His work introduces readers to concepts like resilience, optimism, and the components of well-being. How these books connect to Psychology 101 and beyond. When you're put in an Intro to Psychology course, you get exposed to a wide array of theories about what drives human behavior and emotions. Happiness studies pull from areas like cognitive psychology, how we think about our lives, social psychology, how relationships affect our well-being, and even neuropsychology, what's going on in the brain. These books do a great job translating complicated psychological topics into everyday language. They also challenge some common misconceptions, like the idea that money alone guarantees happiness, or that pursuing pleasure is the same as living a fulfilling life. The psychological theories they discuss help us understand that happiness is more nuanced. For example, Csikszentmihalyi's flow concept ties into motivation and attention, which are core topics in any Intro to Psychology curriculum. Why I think everyone should peek into these books. It's easy to dismiss psychology as just theory, but the reality is that understanding happiness can change how we live. These books don't just inform, they offer tools to help us make choices that increase our well-being. They give evidence-based tips on forming habits that lead to sustained happiness. They encourage you to reflect on your own life and what causes genuine satisfaction. They provide perspectives on why certain things that seem important, fame, wealth, status, may not be as impactful as we think. They empower you to recognize cognitive biases that influence your outlook, like the tendency to focus too much on negative events. And the best part, these concepts are taught in accessible ways, so you don't need a degree in the field to understand them. In fact, if you want a structured introduction to all of these ideas, covering happiness, motivation, personality, memory, and more, checking out the Intro to Psychology course by Dr. Bo Bennett on the Viversity.com platform is a smart move. It's a great way to get a solid foundation in human behavior. A few takeaways you can apply right now. Before we wrap up, here's a quick list of practical takeaways inspired by this research and these books that you might find useful. Practice gratitude. Taking time to appreciate what's good in life shifts your brain towards positivity. Seek flow experiences. Find activities that fully engage you, whether work, hobbies, or socializing. Focus on relationships. Strong social connections are consistently linked to higher happiness. Reframe negative thoughts. Challenge those cognitive distortions that pull you down. Set goals that align with your values. Meaningful goals boost long-term satisfaction. So if you're curious about the science behind feeling good and want to explore a fascinating topic within psychology topics, I definitely recommend picking up one of these books. Or even better, consider enrolling in the Intro to Psychology course mentioned earlier. It's designed to make these ideas more approachable and connect them back to the broader field of psychology. Thanks for listening. I hope this casual chat gives you some motivation to look further into happiness and maybe even improve your days a bit along the way. Enroll now to understand human behavior through the Intro to Psychology course by Dr. Bo Bennett on the Viversity.com platform, your first step towards grasping the fascinating science behind what makes us who we are.